Welcome to Krystle Clear. This podcast is a space for real stories, raw moments, and the clarity that comes when you finally understand your why. Morgan, thank you for being here. I'm so excited to have you as a guest.
Thank you for the invite.
You're so welcome. Morgan is a former college track star, a wife to retired NFL player and Olympian Marquise Goodwin. She is a mother to 3 beautiful children. From homeschooling to tending her bees and garden to sharing her family's travel adventures on her YouTube channel, Morgan has created a lifestyle that blends hands-on learning, sustainability, and exploration.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. Let's talk about your background. Can you take us back to your college days as a track star? And what did sports teach you that you lean on today?
Wow. Okay. So college days track fun. Okay. I mean, I'm a UT alum, so we know all about 6th Street. I will say, after maybe 2 years, my sophomore year, I started to kind of hone in on things and just start realizing like everything you eat, health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? So I would probably say like that was one of the big things of my big like takeaways from learning college to running professionally, and then realizing like you really have to pay attention to everything that you put in your body because I grew up where I was running summer track and eating nachos and hot dogs and chips after my races. Like, who does that? Come on, not a professional, right? And we're just having fun, but we don't know. And then that, trickled down to my professional career. I'm eating ramen noodles and, just eating crappy. And I'm still a foodie. I love food, okay? But I just have to be, careful with what I put in my body. And after having kids, moms, y'all know your body is hard to
changes.
It's hard to get back. You know what? So I'm just like, that was one of the big takeaways is health is wealth. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body because it really affects you in the long run of things too. So
okay, so where did you grow up?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, from Georgia.
Decatur, where is great.
Hey, well, I lived in Georgia for 5 years before I moved. Yes, Columbus, Georgia.
No.
Yeah, I was in Memphis, Tennessee before that. Yeah, so I went to elementary school in Georgia.
Oh, wow.
So when I moved to Texas, girl, I had the biggest Southern accent. I'm like, hi, my name's Krystle. I'm from Georgia. I love Outkast. And like, yes, to El Paso, which is all Hispanic. Yeah. So growing up in the South was incredible. So it's interesting. Like, I imagine your family, they weren't strict on diet and you guys ate what tasted good and like generational recipes and like you ate real good. But you were an athlete too, so you probably just weren't even mindful of like how that impacted your body. So it's interesting that you on your own like came to that like this actually is really important for me to pay attention to. I don't know that a lot of people, especially in their 20s, come to that conclusion. So
I think with sports, you got a coach and you're like, look, you're gaining some weight. Like, what are y'all eating in dining hall? Like, what are you doing? Like, you have to get back. Let me send you to the nutritionist. Like, you need to get yourself together.
Yeah, get it together.
And I'm like, oh, snap. Like, weight matters, and then you start figuring out things like, oh, I'm heavy, so now my shins are hurting.
Right.
Or I'm heavy or I'm too lean and now I have this hamstring problem. And it's just different things and finding a balance of being like the perfect weight for what you want to accomplish and what you want to do. Like you just have to know your body.
Yeah, I love that you discovered that like on your own in your 20s, but being an athlete, and that's also what sets you apart too, right? As an athlete. So speaking of athletes, so you're married to retired NFL player Marquise Goodwin, who was also a track star, ran in the Olympics, go USA. How did you two meet and what attracted you to one another?
That's a really good question. I love when people ask me this question. It's funny. It's a funny story because people thought, well, there was a guy Rest in peace, because he passed away
Okay.
not too long ago. But he was Marquise's friend from another team, and he saw we were running at a track meet. At the time, the men's and women's team were separate. We had two different coaches. So Texas girls and Texas men's sports, totally separate coaches, right?
Is it not like that now?
No.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not. So
Okay.
2 years in, my junior and senior year, that's when we had a combined team. But the first 2 years that I was there, we had two separate coaches. And so we barely knew the boys like that unless we got together on our own time. And the guy was just like, "Hey, your sister run on the track team? Like, this girl looks just like you." And Marquise is like, "Huh? Who are you talking about?" Right? Yeah, this was his friend from LSU.
Oh, that is hilarious.
And he's like, "No, my sisters are in high school. Who are you talking about?" So then he ended up reaching out to one of my teammates and asking, the guy to tell who is he talking about, like, what's her name. And she's like, "Oh, that's Morgan Snow. You don't know? You know Morgan." Like, and he's like, "Well, tell her to text me," because little did I know, his father his biological father was like a Rolling Stone. So he had multiple children.
You guys could have totally.
I could have been his sister, and he never knew who I was.
He's like, "I want to find out. This is my long lost sister."
Like, my husband is so big on family. He's like, "I need to know if she my sister or not."
Yeah.
So I text him. I'm like, "Hey, this is Morgan. You told me to text you. Like, what's up?" And he was like, "Do you know who your dad is?" I'm like, what? I'm like, "I'm from Georgia. My father is Sandy Snow.
Yeah.
I know who my dad is." He was like, "Oh, okay," because I just was trying to see, like, they thought you was my sister, and I was trying to see, and then we just got to texting and talking and getting to know each other. And it's funny because we met my freshman year. We met when I first got there. The track team hosted, the girls and boys got together on their own, and the older, the seniors and juniors got us all together to meet everybody and to mingle, because we won't have the opportunity to meet everybody during season because we practice at two separate times.
Right.
We're not really in the same track meets until it's like the big competitions like regionals and all of that, different things like that. But we just got to know each other. It's funny because he was like a person that I felt like I would have never dated, because he was highly sought after.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was highly sought. He was very good at what he was a perfectionist. But I really typically didn't go for people who were already highly sought. I don't have time for the drama,
right?
Just extra things like that. He ended up being like totally different. He was not somebody who just, "Oh, I got a girlfriend," like no. He takes that very seriously, which I loved about him, which that's what I was like, "Oh, he don't just date anybody," you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I used to go for like the quiet, like tucked off in the back, you never know him. And then now when I'm dating him, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that's so-and-so." Like, yeah, he was definitely different. He was outgoing. He was everything that I needed, that I thought I didn't want, right?
How old were you guys?
I was 18 when we met, and he was 18, 19, 20.
Okay, so only
we're
a
like 2 years and like 8
age
months
difference.
apart. Yeah. So I was 18 when we first met. Well, I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then whenever you guys were, I mean, was it a very quick, like, okay, this is like, we have a connection and we're going to be in a relationship together? Or did it take like 6 months, a year, like
take
time?
that long?
Okay.
I kind of was, I was dating somebody before him during football season, which I didn't know, we didn't know each other until track season. And me and the other guy ended up breaking up. And that's when we ended up meeting during track season, a little bit after track season had started. And we just started talking, and I probably say we met in February, to where we had exchanged numbers and was talking since then. February, March, April. I say May is when we actually basically became boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay.
And it was pretty much exclusive at that point. So it didn't take that long. I kind of gave him an ultimatum. He always rave to people about how I gave him like, it's been 2 months. Are we boyfriend or girlfriend? What are you doing?
Right.
I'm not wasting time because I'm here to run track. And if we're not like dating seriously to be married and do this, like, what are we doing?
Right.
You know, like that's like literally a thing that you have to do now.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So how long have you guys been married?
We're working on our 10th year.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
February of 2026 will be 10 years.
Okay, so you have literally been with Marquise his entire professional career.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, let's dive into
It'll be 14 years
together
total
okay.
when we hit February.
So you have been there through all of the moves and the different teams and, you know, the height and the lows of his career. What has that been like? Because I know it, you know, I've talked about this with Brittany. I talked about this with Erica from a coach's perspective. Because that's a grind. It's so different. It's hard as hell. The average college coach moves like 12 times in their career. It's basically like being married to someone in the military, you know, and I know that it's not easy being, you know, a WAG and supporting your husband and then having 3 children through that. Like, let's talk on that for a minute.
Yes. So I feel like what really helped was being an athlete. I mean, we travel every week to a competition, or unless we're like having a track meet at the at our home stadium. But yeah, that kind of helped. Travel was nothing. We got on a plane almost every week. I was used to it. Going through he was an athlete in college, so his his senior year of football season was the year that we were actually like together. Because I met him when he was a junior already. I was a freshman. I mean, he's gotten hurt. I mean, I just was there. Like, we both had missions and goals that we had to do. I just knew how to, I don't know, support him because I'm an athlete. Right. I know we get hurt. I know how to take care of my body. I know that he has to take care of his body. I know what it requires when we're in school and we have to go to not dining hall, but study hall. And I can't talk to him during those hours, and I'm not pressing him like somebody else who has a lot of time on that.
Where are you?
Why aren't you texting me back? Why are you, like, I understand. Right. And so for him, and he'll say it too, like, if you're an athlete and you're high level, I mean, it's easier to date another athlete because they understand what it takes to be good and great, and
not just good,
body.
great, the best,
exactly,
to be a professional,
to uplift and support. Right, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that's what helped. And I mean, honestly, I loved to travel. Yeah, it kind of was a thing that I didn't know that I really liked until we started traveling to these different 6 months out the year. We're here. And we go back home and we get a little breath of fresh air to be back home in our own house. And then we leave again and get a new experience in a different location. So 4 years he was with Buffalo. 3 years he was with the San Francisco 49ers. He ended up getting picked up, traded to the Eagles. That was COVID year. He ended up opting out to stay home because we had just had my daughter. And so that was a very pivotal time, and they were trying to separate us, and just all of these things. It kind of played into the decision to stay home with us. And then we went to the Bears for a year. And then we went to Seattle Seahawks for a year. And then we went to the Browns for a year.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, 11 years of just going, and getting new experiences, trying new food. Yeah. And new scenes and landscapes. Like,
and how was that be with a kid now in tow? Because it's one thing to do it when you don't have any kids. Right. It's a whole other, you know, thing whenever you have littles to like.
Luckily for us, I mean, besides the last year when we went to Cleveland, it was a pretty easy thing to do we were living at Dallas at the time. So going to Dallas to Chicago, long flight, just one. Dallas to Seattle, long flight, Just one.
Nice.
Actually, we had moved to after the Bears. We had moved to from Dallas to Austin at the time, so new. We're all hyped up. We don't care where we're going. Like, we're just happy to be in our new house, right?
Yeah.
And so Austin to Seattle, straight flight, same thing, long flight.
Mm-hmm.
I had one at the time. Well, I had two at the time. I had Murray and my son, Junior. I mean, it was hard, but once I got out there, I did not go back home.
Yeah.
I just stayed out there, and we did not do the back and forth. Like,
Right.
we're going to be
too much.
stable. We're going to stay.
Right.
Yeah, that was way too much. 4-hour flight with a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old.
No, absolutely not.
Gosh, that was terrible. But we made it through. We stayed
Right.
out there, and we thugged it.
And here you are, rooted in Austin, in your home. You now have 3 children, ages
1, 3, and 5.
1, 3, and 5, and maybe more on the horizon.
Yes,
because I know you want to have more kids.
I want more.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
people are like, "How are you doing this? What are you doing? Why are you like what?"
And you just got your body back. I mean, you're just like, looking.
But I try to get fit so that I can get pregnant,
Right,
so that I'm not 20 pounds over
heavier,
trying to
make it. That makes pregnancy even harder. So I totally get it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a different goal. It's like, I want to get my body back so I am in a healthy space to carry a baby. And then it'll be easier to, lose it that next
year. It'll be easy.
Yeah.
But it'll be better than trying to, gain 40.
Yeah.
On top of the 20 that I did not lose.
Right.
That is scary.
No, it is
not
scary.
Trying to shock my body that much.
Okay, so now that we're talking about kids, let's talk about family, homeschooling, and sustainability. You homeschool your 3 kids. What inspired you to choose that?
Okay, there's 3 things. The first thing that I want to say is I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do the 9 to 5, so why not teach them all that I can teach them at home while I'm home? Why not, right? So schedule is important. The second thing is my husband's career. Like, bouncing around to those different places, sending them off, and then they find friends or, at the daycare or at the school, and then now I got to take them out to go back home because we're going back home.
Right.
Home is home.
Right.
And yes, it's nice to be at those other places and get new experiences, but coming back home and being in our safe bubble, that's what works for us.
Right.
And so, that was another thing. So the bouncing around, it just allowed us to be a little bit more flexible with travel and his work, and also going out the country as well. So that's the second thing. The third thing, the most important reason why, is because after I had my daughter, and I noticed that when we would take her to go hang out with other kids, I would see other kids, not doing bad things, but just doing things that was not good, right? And then I see her pick up on something, and she comes back doing it, and I'm like, whoa, 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 don't be trying to follow Sally or Bob. Like, no, we're not doing that. So, that was one of those things that I was like, okay, if I can keep her home as long as possible, not like in the house and not playing with people, but if I can control the environment,
right,
I can shape her to know what's right and wrong and to make a good decision, right? And what's bad decision. And when you make those bad decisions, a consequence comes with it. At 2 years old, 1 year old, and they're picking up little bad habits, and it's like, whoa, you can't really, you could teach it, but are they going to get it?
Right.
And so,
well, also they're spending more time around those kids when they're in school and preschool than they are with you.
Yeah.
And so it is very difficult to try to correct the behavior when they're spending more time, with their classmates. Yeah.
Classmates. And then also, the caregiver, whoever is like, who's to say that she didn't see, Sally hit Murray and Murray react and hit her back, or not hit her back and just start crying and flipping out and then not talking because who's going to tell her, stop crying and let me know what happened so I can, help.
Right.
Or I don't know, anything. So that was one of those things. And just like seeing everything like in the schools and how much they're removing
right
from, girl, did you know they don't even practice cursive? Like, I'm going to have to teach my daughter cursive on my own because the schools aren't doing it, right? And they're taking out some history and different things like that. And so if I can control what she's learning, then why not?
Yeah.
Why not let her get ahead of the game to where she can make decisions, like I said, on her own, or all of my kids. She's just at the age to where, she can grasp some things. And I want her to be her own individual self and teach her, confidence and good, like being a good person.
Right.
And that's why.
I love that. So what does a typical day look like for you guys?
Typical day, my kids are still young, 5, 3, and 1. So a lot of the things are habitual things, like skills, house skills, home skills that you should have. Wake up in the morning, first thing we do, okay, let's go to the potty. Let's go to the potty. Let's wash our face, brush our teeth. Now let's go and let's go get breakfast, right? And go downstairs. My daughter is, if she gets up before us, she's already downstairs making us waffles. And
oh my goodness.
She's making her and her brother waffles.
Wow.
And I'm like, I showed her and the girl just ran with it. You show her one thing and she just goes. She's a really great big sister. She learns very quickly. She's very hands-on, so it's going to be easier to even teach my sons afterwards.
Yeah, they're modeling. She's modeling,
She's like a little mama.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you feel like girls, though, get it like a lot faster? And like, I don't know if you had a son that was the oldest. Do you think
training
he'd be doing that?
My second son got it like this.
Wow. And they say boys are much harder.
They do, but my son just got it. My daughter, I don't know if it was because dad came home, dad was away. Dad came home, dad was away. You start noticing like little regressions here and there with different things. And I would notice that she would start wetting herself when he came back home after having to leave for a game. And it was just like her trying to revert back to being a baby. Like, oh, daddy's home. Like, and so those are the things, like, it's like all these little steps and all of these things that you just have to kind of teach them. So, so homeschooling at home is a lot of habitual things. Like, let's learn how to take care of ourselves. The next thing is we might go outside for a little air. A lot of drawing with chalk outside. We're doing our ABCs. For my daughter, we're like actually doing like school stuff. For my son, it's more fun. Like ABCs, let's look at picture books and let's draw and color and go to the garden. Let's pick some things. Let's learn about how to plant. They're like helping me garden. I'm like, I bring my pots out. All right, fill these with some dirt. And then we're going to put our seeds in and we're going to water them. We're going to cover it and water them. And this is how we get our seeds to germinate and grow, and they're learning science.
Incredible.
It's as simple as that.
That's amazing. Okay, so speaking of, you grow a lot of your own food and even keep bees on your 20 acres. What sparked your interest in homesteading?
It's funny because I didn't even know like my great grandparents were farmers. I didn't know that until like last year after talking to my grandmother after her coming to my house and seeing the garden and different things, and we're like sitting down talking, and she was like, yeah, my grandparents used to farm. Like, they were farmers. They had their land. They were farmers. And I'm like, oh, my God, that's probably why it's, like, just innate. Like, it's just in me. Like, everybody's like, oh, man, I wish I can do that. I wish I can. You can. You just got to learn how to do it and take the time out to do it. But garden is peaceful for me. I can spend 3 hours in my little nap time break is over with. I'm like, shoot. I done stayed all out here in this heat all day. Now I got to go get these kids up from nap time. And
you didn't have
I didn't get no break, but it was still peaceful for me to be out there and just take care of my plants and just seeing nature grow. And same for my bees. What happened was maybe about 3 years ago, my husband and I picked up some honey, like a honeycomb from Whole Foods, and some rosemary crackers, and we just started eating. And we're like, man, this is good.
Yeah.
Even with the comb and the wax
Right.
in there, like, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, man, I want to have my own bees. When we find us some land, and shout out to Krystle, my realtor. We found some land, 20.2
Gorgeous.
acres.
Gorgeous land.
Amazing. And that's where my bees are. And those girls, they work so hard.
Yeah.
I'm so in love with my bees. Like,
I love it.
it's amazing.
That's amazing. I love watching it on Instagram and just seeing like,
you.
yeah, everything, the fruits of your labor, truly, like literally the fruits of your labor, like seeing all the beautiful, incredible vegetables. And like, I'm dying to do something like that. But I was just thinking today, because I knew I was coming to meet you and I have this little like space in my backyard. I'm like, God, that would be such a good garden. I'm like,
Girl,
but I have
call
to
me.
take
Send me
the
a
time. I
picture
know,
so
I
I
have to
can
take
tell
the
you.
time, and I have to, you have to be willing to do that. But I feel like it's so rewarding.
Yes.
But it's like you mentally have to like really want to do it, because it takes a lot of time, energy, effort to do it right and to not kill, your fruits and vegetables. Okay, so how is teaching your kids where their food comes from and caring for bees shape their perspective on the world?
Hopefully they appreciate it. This is all they know. When I started gardening, my daughter was 2. And so all she knows is going out to the garden to go pick some things, and planting, and it's all they know. So it's not like me where I'm like, oh, la 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 la. Oh, now I'm like producing my own food, my fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I appreciate this so much. Like, this is amazing. I can just run to my garden and get some green onions and tomatoes and then come back in the house and finish cooking, right? And so I just hope they appreciate it. But I do see that they are like so interested in it. It's fun for them right now. It's fun for them, which I love to see.
Yeah, and I feel like it will hopefully make them appreciate it. Sounds like it makes them appreciate it so much more. And, in our society, the United States, we're so wasteful with things. And so if you get this opportunity to like, teach your kids like this is actual work, that goes into this. It's like a privilege to be able to like have this fresh fruit. And so I imagine that will shape their perspective too, as they get older.
Yes.
So, you guys are big time into traveling the world. You have, what is your YouTube channel?
YouTube channel is Goodwin Season, Goodwin SZN. You can find us. Just type in Marquise Goodwin or Morgan Goodwin or Murray, and we will pop up. You will find our channel. But definitely go follow. Hit the subscribe button.
Yes, I love that you guys are documenting all of this. So travel is a big part of your family's life. What are some of the most memorable trips that you've taken together?
The most memorable, I would probably say, was pre-kids, actually. Me and my husband, we went to Africa, and we started off in Kigali, Rwanda. We went gorilla trekking. We stayed in the rainforest. We were like a part of the community, going to the community's homes and learning about we're actually seeing one of the owners like peeling potatoes that she had just harvested, and just seeing all the hard work that these people are doing. I mean, mountains of potatoes, and they're walking up hills and riding up hills on bikes to get the food from down the hill all the way up. It was just amazing to see. So we went to Kigali, Rwanda first. Then we went to Nairobi, Kenya, and we went to an elephant sanctuary out there and a giraffe manor out there. Then we went to Cape Town, South Africa. We learned a lot about wine. We love wine. So that was like a big thing for us. It's like the South African wines. And then we ended off in KwaZulu-Natal, where we did a lot of game drives. And those game drives, we basically go out in the wild, in the savannah, and we actually look for lions and hogs or warhogs.
Warthogs.
Yeah, warthogs. And cool. So cool. Elephants. Got chased by an elephant. Like, scariest thing. of my life, because the guy had just told us, like, people get killed by elephants all the time, especially the teen ones, the teen boys. Yeah, because they're like
testosterone, like, aggressive.
Yep. It's crazy. So that was like, I'm in my seat like, oh my God. Elephants chasing us. We're backing up in the car. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, but it still was like the adrenaline.
You say that, but you guys were literally just in Thailand with it. Was it Thailand or Vietnam with the kids, like, cleaning, washing, bathing the elephants? That's a bucket list.
Yeah.
Definitely a safari is a bucket list of mine, but like specifically elephants, I'm like so tied to them.
Yeah. And that was the elephant sanctuary.
Right.
So those elephants had been through so much. They were already not wild elephants. They were already used for like logging and as pets and performance and different things like that, and carrying lumber. And so those elephants were actually rescued.
Okay.
And so they had this peaceful mannerism about them, and we're like literally pampering them. We're feeding them. We're making their food. We're bathing them. It's amazing. It was amazing.
And you also swam with tigers. I don't think I could ever do. You can see all of this on their YouTube channel. I don't think I could ever do anything like that.
You could.
How?
And that's literally in Myrtle Beach with Antle.
Right.
Myrtle Beach Safari. Yeah. Yeah, that's right in our backyards, right in the U.S.
Oh,
definitely check it out.
I don't know.
Go swimming with Bubbles. Bubbles let you climb up her, and you jump right off.
Your pictures are insane. It does look like you're in another country in those pictures. Truly, it was such a cool experience. But girl, I don't know about that. So, how do these travel experiences complement your children, and like their learning at home?
Because they learn, first of all, they gain confidence, and they learn to be respectful, and they learn and look at different people and know that there's different people in the world that look different from them. They eat different. They appreciate our food plus the cultures and their foods, and they just have a great appreciation for the other culture, the other countries, even the landscape, like seeing the different architect of the buildings and just history. Like, we're in history. We're like literally touching.
You guys were just in Italy, right?
Yeah.
Like in November. They got to see, like, did you guys go to Rome?
Yes.
So they got to see the Colosseum.
Yes, we walked and we went to the Colosseum. Yeah. We're literally touching the walls. We're in history.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to be in that element because it even feels different when you go inside. You can just it's cool.
Oh God, yeah.
It's different, right?
It's different.
Different feeling when you go in there and you notice, like, oh, it was just sunny all outside, and now it's like kind of chilly. It's kind of brisk. It's like kind of give you the little heat a little bit, but yeah. And we got to experience that.
So, and I will say, I lived in 8 different cities growing up, and we lived overseas, Saudi Arabia. And when we were in Saudi, we traveled a lot internationally. We went to Greece and Spain and Italy and all over the world. And I have some memory of it, some I do not. But I definitely feel like it helped shape my personality and my love of culture. And I will say, what an incredible way for your children to grow up. Like they will realize when they're older, but they don't even realize like how lucky they are. The majority of people never even leave the city they were born in their whole lives. And here your children are more traveled than 99% of the population.
Yep.
And I love that you're giving them 2 experiences, because you're staying in 5-star hotels. Let's be real. Like, you're asked to like staying in, some of the nicest hotels in the world, but then you're literally taking these excursions and curating these experiences that are these very local experiences with the people, like getting their hands dirty, tasting the food in the markets, in the streets, like having these very authentic experiences. And that's what they're going to remember, not, the nice hotel that they stayed in with the like incredible view and the to die for, room service. They're going to remember, being like in markets and washing, bathing elephants.
We're out in the farm with them.
Yes.
We're picking chilies and limes and just different things. Like, they enjoy it, and that's why we record everything and we put it on YouTube, and they watch our channel every day.
Oh my
and
gosh.
They love to see themselves
Yeah.
experiencing and talking about these things all over again. And it's just a wonderful thing. They're learning constantly, and then they're looking back, and we're like critiquing different things. Like, man, you see that? Now, why did you do that? All you had to do was say, like, if we see him like fall out and just something crazy, we're like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
This is what you could have did. You could have asked for help right there. He's like, yes.
That is hilarious. They're literally like
constantly learning, even though we've already been through the experience. Right. Now we can talk about it and they can see it too.
They're so lucky. Like that, I literally just put Jax on a plane the first time this year, girl, and I love to travel, but I'm like, hell no, this kid is so high maintenance. It was like a 90% guarantee he was going to fall out anywhere I took him.
You'd be surprised.
The first 3 years. And now it's like 99% guarantee he will be just fine. And so honestly, selfishly, that's why I waited so long. And then we took our first flight and a dream. He was incredible, and now it's on.
A lot of parents are scared because of that. But in truth be told, you cannot have this fear of like what the kid is going to react like,
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's something new they've never seen before, and so their eyes are peeled on it.
Right.
Oh, we're on a flight. Like, oh, maybe something might go wrong, and they didn't like it. Quickly snap out of it, because now the flight attendant is like, hi, do you want this? Like, do you want a little airplane? And
it's so like, true.
Oh,
yeah. So not live in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you go to these different countries, all of these people are like so loving for children. It's an amazing thing to see. Go to Italy, they're like literally picking up your kids and like, why? And we're not used to that in America, right? It's like, whoa, what are you doing? We're like, scared of trafficking and all of this different bad stuff.
We do kind of live in fear and people compared to other countries. And
then they want to scare you, like, be careful out there, some. And it's like, you get out there and yes, you have to be careful. And yes, you have to, do your research. But in actuality, people are good.
Yeah.
People are good.
Ugh. That's incredible, because I feel like we really do live in a lot of fear. Jax is always like, we took a walk yesterday and he got too far away from me, and these teenagers ran past him, and then they talked to him, and he was like kind of nervous, and he ran back to me. He was like, Mommy, I'm so sorry. I was like, sorry for what? He's like, then I almost got snatched, because I'm always teaching him, like, don't go too far from me. You're going to get snatched. Yes. And if someone snatches you, I'll never see you again. Yes. Like, I hate that I'm like instilling that in him, but should I have to? And I probably definitely wouldn't feel like that in Japan, wouldn't feel like that if I was like in Norway.
Exactly.
Like it's different, unfortunately. So, okay. What do you want your children to take away from seeing different cultures?
I would like for them to be appreciative and learn to be good people. Learn to appreciate what they have in life, learn to appreciate different cultures and different foods and different people and the differences of people. And that's what I would like for them to take away, and to be confident in themselves.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk about personal growth and balance. What habits or practices help you stay grounded as a mom, a partner, and individual with your own dreams?
What helps me stay balanced? Definitely a massage. That's like my go-to, and a schedule. Okay, my kids are on a schedule, so I do get my time. I know it's crazy, but people are like, how are you, staying at home with the kids? You got 3, like what? Nap time. My youngest son, my 1-year-old, I'm forced him to take the 2 naps still. He's sometimes ready for 1 nap, but then I can tell, like, oh no, you need the second nap. So 10, 11 for him, and I just have the other 2 I can focus on school with them. And then 1 to 4 is the real nap time. And everybody goes to their rooms. Even my 5-year-old, now she might not take a nap.
Sure.
But she's going to do some independent time where she plays with her dolls, imagination, read books, color, whatever the case may be. But she will be in her room, not bothering me. So then now I can go and do what I need to do, even if that's watch some TV, clean up, or play on my computer or something.
Good for you. It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
What habits or practices help you stay grounded as a mom? Okay, I already asked that, so I'm going to have to at that time. Okay. Do you have any personal goals you are pursuing outside of parenting and homesteading?
One goal that I have, one big goal, and I'm lacking on it. I need to do better. Is finishing my book.
Okay, what is your book about?
My incompetent cervix. So I ended up losing 3 babies before I had my 3 now. And I have incompetent cervix to where I had to go and get surgery to stitch up the inside of my cervix so that I can hold my pregnancies in. Otherwise, I would have gave birth kind of like at the 20-week mark, 19, 20-week mark, which happened to me twice with my first son. And then we had twin boys the next year and ended up having another loss then. So my book is basically just empowering women going through pregnancy loss, miscarriage, stillbirth, and finding the resilience, being resilient and not giving up, and just pushing forward and appreciating life. So that is what my book is about, and coming soon. We're working on it, okay? I'm not doing that good because I'm just trying to find that time and find that balance.
Right.
We're doing that.
Okay.
The next
amazing.
goal, the next goal that I have is we have 20.22 acres and we're building our compound to where we have our garden. My bees are already on the property, but we have our garden and our homestead, and plus like a guest house where my mother-in-law's house would be. And just basically trying to get us all together so that when our kids grow up, they can build on the property.
Yeah.
And just kind of be in their own little place. And
well, you certainly have the space for it with 20-some acres. So
yes.
That'll be easy. What's the timeline for that?
Hopefully we can start trying to get our architectural plans together and break ground soon.
And it'll probably take, what, two years?
I'll probably say 2 years to where we're not doing anything construction-wise. And we'll be in the house. Yeah.
That's exciting. So let's talk about advice and legacy. What advice would you give to other parents who want to homeschool or live a more sustainable lifestyle but don't know where to begin?
First, we have to be intentional and slow down. Right? We got to slow down and we have to start small, right? Because we're so used to and so wrapped up into everything else that doesn't matter. And the moment we kind of bring ourselves back and focus on different ways, even if you have to send your kid to school, right? Because you do got the 9 to 5, but maybe after the 9 to 5 is, I know people are in sports, but just finding maybe a 30-minute window to where you can kind of teach something, right? So just start small.
That's good advice. So if you could look ahead at 10 years, what do you hope your kids will say they learned most from you?
For my daughter, I would hope that she would say I learned how to be a strong woman, right? And that she learned how to be a good person and a leader. For my sons, I would hope that they would say that they know what love is and what a good woman looks like and what a good woman should be willing to do for me as when they get older, do for them when they grow up. What does that look like? I need a woman not to be like, you don't have to be traditional, but I would like for my wife to cook, even if we do eat out every now and then, like a home cooked meal, cuddle in bed, watch movies, like show me love, give me attention, and take care of me when I'm sick, different things. Um, but I also want them to be independent too, to where they don't have to have me do everything for them.
Mm-hmm.
I see it a lot, especially with, I won't even just say like the guys in the NFL. I see it a lot, period,
Mm-hmm.
where moms overstep and take over this wife role.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming, they're cooking you dinner, they're coming to wash your clothes, to clean up your house. They're trying to do all of these things when we have to teach that to them so that they can be self-sufficient on their own and not need mom, right?
Right.
And so that they can find the woman, if they give that space, to find their soulmate or their future wife. Like, we need to give them that space to do that. Otherwise, it's going to be like, oh, you can't take my place. It's hard to take somebody's mama's place.
Right.
You know, like, so I don't want to be that to my son.
Right. I feel like one of the reasons why I got a divorce from Jackson's dad was because I wanted to model what it looked like to a happy, healthy relationship where there's love and affection and respect. And, I feel like you and Marquise have such a beautiful union and a really good partnership. You're very much able to be in your feminine energy. Marquise is very much in his masculine energy. You give each other the space, to hold. Like, he lets you, be the mom and the woman and values and appreciates the homemaker part of you. And you very much value and appreciate the male, energy that he brings to the family. You allow him to lead, but you all also are very very independent individuals that are whole and have your own lives and have your own friends. And, you give each other the space to grow, and you're modeling that, and you're both very affectionate. There's so much love. It's so obvious. You guys are still like so into each other. And so to show, your children that affection, which is what is so important to me. When I wanted, like, this next time around, in a relationship, I want him to, and he is, Nick and I kiss, he's like, ew, gross. And I'm like, yeah, good. That's healthy. I want him to see that. I want him to see affection and laughter and happiness. And you guys, you do that for your kids. And I feel like that's so important to model.
Very important.
Yeah, a really happy, healthy, beautiful relationship and union where there's respect and affection and laughter and love and,
resolution too.
Most importantly,
always be great.
Conflict resolution is huge.
And showing how to resolve our issues and not just
right.
Like, okay, how can we fix this? Like, what are we going to do? How can we move on to where we don't have to go through this again? Like, what can we both do? And showing them that, we have to learn how to solve problems.
That's probably most important.
Yeah, you got to learn how to solve problems, okay? That's important.
In a healthy way where there's like, positive communication. And because it can very easily, especially if that's how you were raised and around, people that argued and were yelling and, like, no, it doesn't. And it shouldn't be like that.
Definitely a growth thing.
Yeah.
Because, when we were 18, 20,
yeah.
Like, but now it's like we could talk about it. Like, let's talk about it.
Right. And we have three kids that are literally watching us. So, and parents think they don't notice as much as you try to keep things, or like you go in the other room they know exactly what's going on, and we don't give kids enough credit. So I think that's incredible.
Social intelligence. They know.
Right. Okay. What's a message you'd like to leave listeners about balance, intentional living, and pursuing passions as a family?
Takeaway. I would probably say take it one day at a time. Like, you cannot do everything all at once. I say take it one day at a time. Every day will not be a great day, but try to make it the best day, you know? You just got to keep fighting through things, even if it's good or bad, just being appreciative and grateful for your current life, current state, anything that's going on. Like, just be grateful for where you are and know that it's all in the plans anyway. So we just got to stop fighting it and just try to be the best person that we can be.
Do you feel like you've always been like that, or do you feel like you've come to that over time? Because I try very much to have that motto and live like that, but girl, it's hard. And as women, like, I can't get out of my own brain. I like jump to conclusions. I like think worst case scenario, but then naturally I'm a very positive person. I lean on my faith. I just try to always look at the bright side of things, but it's easier said than done when you have the weight of the world. And so I'm curious if that's just how you are naturally, or if it took time to like get there and have that perspective and model that in your life.
My mom always taught me like to not harp on negativity. And so she's always instilled like, hey, don't hold grudges. If somebody did something bad to you, forgive them or move on. Okay. Like, you can't harp on it. Right. Otherwise we're stuck in the past, right? You're not going to go get nothing good in the future is going to come if you're still harping on the past. So I've always been taught that. I've kind of carried that along the way. And I will say, like, pregnancy loss and being pregnant has in the football setting, in the football realm, in stadiums, being pregnant and the bickering and just the different noise of other people, negative people and comments and different things like that has also taught me you can only control the controllable. Stop trying to control the uncontrollable. Right. You're going to stress yourself out. Right. So I cannot control what other people do, what other people say, but what I can do is control me. Right. I can ignore, I can keep it moving, and I can be me, and I can allow who I want to be in my space. And so that was another thing that is like, stop trying to control the uncontrollable. My pregnancy losses, I couldn't control that. Right. I could not control that. I did not know about it. I didn't know about the condition that I had, so I couldn't control it. But what I could do was keep God first. Thank God I had my husband who was very supportive of me, and we keep God first, and that's all we just lean on. So it's easier said than done, but once you just grasp the concept of control what you can control. You can control what you put on today and what perfume you spray and who you allow to come to your house. You can't control the bad driver or the aggressive driver, but you can ignore.
Right.
And you cannot yell back and stress yourself out. Why?
You always have a choice.
You have a choice.
And that's what I tell Jax. You have a choice. Choose happiness. It's okay to feel how you feel, but move on from it and let's choose happiness and let's have a great day.
Feelings are valid.
Yeah. I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to have to do a part 2 whenever your book drops.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to.
And I think maybe we can do a podcast with our kids.
Oh, that would be amazing.
There's a studio that has 4 chairs, and we can have Marae and Jax, and we can do a little podcast segment.
My daughter would love that.
On our kids. And I feel like it would be a learning moment for us and the world. So we'll have to do one of those also.
Awesome. Yes.
Thank you, Morgan. It was so fun.
Anytime.